It's a podcast. It's a podcast today.
That's a podcast.
That's a podcast. It's a podcast. I am referencing Amazing Spider-Man 2 when Andrew Garfield goes over the little... When he goes over the... What is that called? A fence?
Really?
God. Do you know how many people just clicked off of this? This is the first thing they heard.
I don't know about that.
And they were like, oh, he doesn't know what a fence is?
Yeah, they're gone now.
Andrew Garfield goes over a fence when he's talking to Green Goblin. No, he's not Green Goblin yet, but that guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's a question. That's a question. I really want to make a video that people do on like TikTok right now where they show all their vocal stems.
It'd be too long.
It would. I don't think so. I don't know if we would remember too many of them because ours change a lot. But that's one of them. I don't know why I say that all the time.
Mine right now is I miss my wife tales.
Yeah. But I don't have... I had that one for a little bit where it says, I miss my wife tales from the Snapcube thing. But now my brain turns it into Omni-Man.
Oh, yeah. I think I miss my wife.
I think I miss my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do... We were just referencing it right now, but I do get that freaking... I want you be mine. Is that fucking Fetty Wap song? Yeah. That gets stuck in my head. What are some of we should just this is the theme for today's episode. We didn't have one.
Vocal stems?
And we're just going to talk about vocal stems because I'm interested in this now. We have so many.
Yeah. So many that now in this moment I know none of them.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Except for I miss my wife tales.
Yeah. Do you guys want to hear my sinus?
Sure. Yeah. It was
Did
a
you
little
hear
whistle.
that?
Yeah.
It was a little whistle.
Yeah.
I'm better. My body is like, oh, we're better now. Like I don't feel sick today. It's just there's little parts that are still left over from the sick, but I'm good.
Yeah.
I got sick twice over baby break. It sucked, man. Hate it. What was that? What was that?
That's revenge.
That's because you feel awesome.
Yeah, I feel great.
You feel
I love not being pregnant.
we like kind of I obviously was not nearly in as much pain as you were in when you were pregnant. But it is funny that we did kind of go from me being like, hey, champ, you holding in there?
Yeah.
And you're like, please end me. To the opposite where you're like, wow, I feel great. I got 2 kids. I feel great. And I'm in bed like, ugh.
Yeah.
I was coughing the other day so bad. And it wasn't so bad. It was so painful because I'd been sick 3 weeks earlier. And I had shredded all my cough muscles.
Your cough muscles, yes.
Yeah.
Important.
Where, and then now I did it again. So they were just really sore this time. And so I woke up one morning and I was like, coughing hurts so bad. But then the next day I was fine. I was like, I'm fine.
Little trooper.
Yeah. Yesterday was Easter.
It was good.
It was, you know what? I'm coming around on Easter.
Joe,
Oh, wait. I'm coming around to
you
Easter.
doing what to Easter? Fucking free.
Isn't that what Easter's all about?
Coming?
Around?
Yeah, well, yeah. Isn't it about like
fertility.
fertility and shit?
I think it's supposed to be.
Could be.
Yeah.
Easter was on 4/20 and I didn't get to celebrate.
I thought about it. I thought about
Same
sneaking. I thought about sneaking out down here in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
hitting my vape.
Both kids asleep, and then we're both just like,
Yeah. No.
Happy Easter.
No.
He is risen indeed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Should I talk about my wild 2 a.m.?
Yes.
Okay. So this morning at like 2 a.m., I woke up and my stomach hurt really bad.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, I have to poop. But so I went to the bathroom and I couldn't.
Yeah.
And then I got back in bed and was like, well, I feel a little bit better. And then he started to cry. He's hungry. I got to feed him.
Yeah.
And the second I start to feed him, I'm like, oh God, I have to go now. So I take him into the bathroom with me and I'm feeding him. And he finishes eating. I'm finished going to the bathroom. But I'm like, okay, I need to go put him back in bed because I need to wipe.
Yeah.
And the second I go back in the bathroom, Marceline wakes up. And she's crying for Jacob. And I'm like, okay, we just got to get out there. I'm awake. I'm not going to wake up Jacob. I go in there. I'm like, hey, dude, what's wrong?
Like you say, she's crying for Jacob. And from my perspective, sounds like she's in there like, Jacob!
No, she's saying Dada. Get her settled. I forgot a piece of this detail. While I'm feeding him, I get a notification on my phone that the Pope died.
Oh, no.
So it's 2 a.m. I'm like, oh, damn, they got him. And then
Crazy.
I get settled. I'm done. I'm clean. He's good. She's good. Get back in bed.
My perspective on the whole thing.
Yeah, you're snoring. Not super loud, but you're yeah.
Like a goddamn mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just.
She's like, you don't want Dad out right now.
Crazy series of events.
Dad is floating out of
This
the
got an
bed.
ethereal serpent.
Yeah, Dad is getting his soul ripped out of his body.
But that was my 2 a.m.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, it was a crazy 30 minutes of just time. Be like, okay, I got to do all of these things, and then it's like, okay, now back to bed.
Sorry, there's a Harry Potter reference. Fuck J.K. Rowling.
Oh,
yeah, of course.
Especially recently. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
But
we're not gonna get off on that.
You already knew that.
We already know.
Yeah, I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's a shame that Joel went that way instead of her. You know.
Yeah, we gotta work on that.
The goddamn mold can take out one.
Did that
one of
also
them
come out this past weekend?
It came out
Last of
yesterday.
Us come out?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it.
I think yesterday he went golfing.
Ooh,
Yeah,
nice,
yeah.
nice. I was talking to Skylar today about Last of Us, and I was really cool and based of him to also be a fan of the second game. I was like, dude, yes.
I haven't.
He and I were like, I love getting to like genuinely some of my favorite media that I consume is like, this is a terrible person. I want to watch them either get better or not.
What do you mean?
I'll go find the message.
No, I didn't play the second one. Is that something you get to decide?
No.
Or does she always just?
No. Okay. Well, spoilers for The Last of Us.
I don't know what happens to her. at the end.
Spoilers. It's skip ahead.
Skip ahead.
Go skip like 30-minute. I'll try to say it fast. I'll
30
say
minutes.
Yeah.
not 30 minutes. 30 seconds to a minute. Sorry. 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's the same spoiler, but in a reference.
We're not. I'm gonna keep it. I got a timer right there.
go
I'm
ahead.
gonna keep it to 30 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. You ready? Hang on. I'm gonna get it down to the 50 mark. Okay. Abby kills Joel.
Yeah, I knew that.
And then you play as Ellie, and
Yeah.
you go to Washington, and you're like, I'm gonna get that bitch.
Yeah.
And then you switch perspectives, and you
Right.
play as Abby, and she's trying to hunt down. She's doing a bunch of shit, but towards the end, you start to hunt down Ellie. But she's doing a lot. Ellie isn't her priority. Ellie just kind of involves herself,
Of course.
and then you're like, I have to do something about this. So you get to play as Abby, who killed Joel.
Yeah. What happens to Abby?
That's 30 seconds, dude.
Sorry, chum.
You should probably either watch the show or play the game.
Yeah, I didn't even beat the first one.
That's fine. I like the second one.
I
better.
got to the end of the game, and then I got scared.
Not only do I like the second one more because the story is way more interesting and like way more gripping and whatever, but like it I what I said to Skylar is they have Last of Us has cool stories or whatever, but no worries. But do you want to pause?
No.
Okay. The Last of Us has cool story or whatever. I just love the game design. I think they do a really good job at like designing levels. I like the shooty parts. I like where it's sneaking around.
But you like the second game more. I remember you not liking some of the puzzles of the first one.
It's just not that I dislike the first game. The first game is good.
Yeah.
But two's really good. I could care. I shouldn't say I could care less about the story. The story is not the reason why I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
I like to run around and sneak around and shoot a zombie and then fight some guys and have to use my environment and the cool guns that I'm gonna get. And I like being in a post survival world. That Naughty Dog has good level design. Basically, that was it. That was it.
Sorry, I had to
What?
check a call.
Are they zombies or are they alive still?
I think they're all dead, right?
They're zombies.
Yeah, but
they
are
aren't
they-
like they're not like the same people?
Right, but
They're just like the fungus that takes over the corpse, right?
so they're dead. Because I know some like zombies are like still technically alive,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
The show's a little weird about it because the show kind of, well, I guess the game kind of does this too. Where like you can still be alive and get infected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think eventually you do die though.
You die from it.
You
Okay.
turn pretty quick, right?
I think that is a point of nuance within the genre itself, is whether they are alive or not.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody cares. They're too busy trying to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
So freaky. I like that they did that in the Fallout show. They talked about, they were like, some of these ghouls remember being people. And it's like, ooh, that sucks.
Yeah.
But that's always kind of been a present thing in Fallout. Because ghouls are already people. Yeah. It's just like this slow transition into not being that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's not even most ghouls. Actually, most ghouls become feral immediately.
Yeah.
You're a lucky ghoul if you didn't do that. And that's like the people ghoul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
is. Yeah. You fully hear him.
Everything.
For those of you who don't know, we have a baby.
Yeah.
We reverse time on Marceline, so she'll stay just a baby forever. Every time she hits 3 years old, she just goes back to me.
Yeah, she molts again.
Yep, she just goes back in.
She's gonna be 3.
Yeah, she is. She is. Colton just DM'd me a YouTube link that is,
what is it?
a 1.5 hour video.
Is it about John Cena?
About Rhett McLaughlin of Good Mythical Morning, called "This Broke My Faith: Why I Left Christianity." And he said, "I haven't watched this yet, but I will be."
Okay, oh, hell yeah!
He wasn't telling me to watch it. He just went, "I'm gonna watch this."
I'm gonna watch this.
Good.
We have not talked. We have talked about it somewhat before, but
he knows that you like Good Mythical Morning.
Well, yeah.
He's trying to be like, you see this?
Yeah.
He really got to be going through something, sending this to me
He's
the
deconstructing.
day after Easter. Yeah.
The day after Easter.
Really, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good job, Colton.
Yeah.
Good job. If you're deconstructing, great job, dude. We're not going to turn that into the theme of today's episode.
No, we were supposed to talk about vocal stems, and then we
so
immediately
let's
got
do that.
distracted.
Let's do that, and then we'll get into some questions.
You got any vocal stems, Pep?
I think when you started,
good Lord,
he just
like
eating.
Did a little stretch, and then was like, oh.
Is that not relatable when you finish eating to go?
Yeah, that's why I sound when Lace steals like a blanket. I'm like, fuck. So soft, I'd beat the hell out of you.
My muscles have atrophied.
Yeah.
That's
if I wasn't so afraid, I'd beat the shit out of you.
Sometimes I just randomly remember you're like, all my muscles atrophied, and I'm like, I don't know why in my head atrophied means like taking necrotic damage, like they melted, and I'm like, oh god.
It's fucking like a balloon. Like, it's rough out here.
Yeah.
I don't know. In my head, it's like equivocating to like gangrene or like like what is the one when you get so cold? Necrosis. Like I don't know why in my head it's like my ass atrophied. It's like what?
Yeah.
It's like falling off. All right.
I feel like I don't know if you guys were of the age, but do you know what boobahs are?
Boobahs?
Yeah, it's like a kid's show.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah. If you show me a picture of a boobah.
You know, I don't know why I even tried to bring up the name. I don't think it's really matter. That's how I feel all the time.
Like a boobah?
Yeah, I feel like I'm like a balloon. Not because I'm necessarily swelling, but because I just feel like light. Before I used to feel like stocky and heavy.
Yeah.
Now I just feel like one of these gay. I almost cursed. I almost said some stuff I wasn't supposed to say.
Oh, I do know those.
I do know that.
These little fucking freaks.
Cover your mouth.
I laughed. I didn't cough. I laughed.
Sorry, I almost said the F word.
Oh.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's weird.
Boobahs.
Yeah.
That's really funny. You feel like a boobah?
Yeah, I feel soft and squishy all over. And I feel like a strong wind would take me away.
It's like you have big old eyes.
Yeah.
You're like, is that the sound they make?
I don't know.
What a very transplant thing to say that I feel like a dandelion. That's what I feel like. Mm-hmm. Lace does not. Lace feels like a brick wall.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I was gonna say when we merged.
What?
When you started
when my ass atrophied and we merged.
We merged.
You joined the group like back in like 2019, 2020 when you and Mia really started being more a part of the group. We traded a lot of vocal stems.
For sure.
There were so many
for sure
that traded over. I'm trying to think of them now. Oh, Spencer has so many. Spencer actually might have more than me. I just want to say, everybody always says this is a me thing. I think you do it more.
Yeah.
It's just hidden.
Sometimes I like to have fun if I'm a little bored, and I like to say the first half to it to hear her finish it because she never doesn't finish.
Oh, because I have to.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that.
Yeah,
That's a good time.
It's not.
That's like, oh, I'm bored. I want to see if she'll do this.
I will every
Yeah.
time.
I'm trying to think of what they are now. You couldn't stop doing the freaking Odysseus. She's my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. I see. That's the thing. I can think of all of yours.
I do the Arthur Morgan lean one all the time.
Lean.
I love lean.
I'm gonna talk about the slushy machine. Okay, so the whole thing the Discord is so fun. Oh my god, we have a Discord with all the Arcane Arcade people in it, and our friends. And I don't know if we've ever really talked about it. It's called the Woke Lib Mob. Yeah. And anyways, we have a bunch of channels to talk about a bunch of shit. And in the general chat, Mia is kind of sick right now, and she was talking about how
she got the flu.
Yeah, and she was talking about how frozen Coke is so good.
Yeah, it's keeping her alive. Yeah.
And you and I have been looking for an excuse to get the Ninja slushy machine, not the streamer. There is an appliance brand called Ninja. Yeah. We're not putting his nut milk in it.
That'd be funny.
He has a real catch.
Would it be funny?
Yeah.
If we
putting Ninja's nut milk in the Ninja slushy. Yeah. We've been wanting an excuse to get this slushy machine. And it's always been like, oh, that'd be fun, but
it's expensive.
It's like $300, and we're like, nah, we're not gonna, whatever. Maybe sometime. But summer is coming up, and I've been like seeing it. And I'm like, come on, we can get it. And you're like, no, and I was like, all right. And so then Mia puts that in the general chat, and I was like, oh my god, we could get the slushy machine. And I was talking to you, and I was like, and we were talking about the group chat. We were all, Albert was laughing about it. We were all talking about it. Yeah. And I was like, then I DM'd you, and I was like, could we get it? And you're like, no, we shouldn't. We should. And I was like, okay. And then I sent a meme of like a monkey typing on a computer. I was like, me trying to find money laying around. Because sometimes when you work on the internet and you have multiple forms of income that come from 8 different places, you forget about one. And I go, oh, bonfire, merch sales. Yeah. I forgot there's like $100 in there. And so I was looking, I wasn't finding anything. And then I was like, oh, the Arcane Arcade account. Mm-hmm. And I went in there and I was like, everybody's cast fund is already paid. And I went, wait, no, actually it isn't, but whatever. I went into it and I was, the receipt's there. I can figure it out. So I went back in there and I was like, there's money in the Arcane Arcade account. We could get it. And you were like, we should use that for shelves. And I was like, okay. Is that what the people want though? And you were like, you can ask them. And I was like, yeah. So I went into the general chat and I put a poll and I was like, guys, we could get a slushy machine, the Arcane Arcade slushy machine, endless frozen Cokes, or new shelves, whatever. And everybody did not vote. I think only 9 people voted out of like, how many of us are in there? 12, 13, 14? I don't know. Yeah. But a few people missed the vote. Jack, I think, was the only one to vote for shelves, and everybody else voted slushy machine. Did you vote slushy machine?
Yeah.
You Jack was the only one.
I mean, we need to get the shelves, but like you get paid tomorrow, I'm gonna buy the shelves.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's true. The shelves gonna happen anyways.
Yeah.
So
what I did say was everyone had to agree to get the slushy machine. And I was going to tell you that, but then you were like, guys, I got it. And I was like, well, I don't want to break all of their little hearts.
Yeah.
But the majority voted.
The majority did vote.
Even if if everybody else who didn't vote voted on shelves, slushy machine would have still won. Mm-hmm. So slushy machine's on the way, guys. Yeah. We're going to have I'm going to put it in here.
Yeah. It'll stay right there.
Next podcast, we're gonna have it's coming this Friday. Yeah, next podcast, we'll be like, "Would you like a slushie?"
Yeah.
And then when I put the poll in there, you were like, "We can put anything in this slushie machine," and you put that picture of purple Arthur Morgan, and I was like, "A lean slushie, holy fuck, crazy!" So, yep, that was the slushie machine escapade.
No, it's fun,
but we do say, lean.
Yeah,
I love lean.
Yeah. I like that.
That one's good. Oh God, why can't I think of any of them?
I don't know. 7.
We've said that one for a long time.
Yeah.
Marshall started
though.
That one. Yeah. 7. And I think that's from a Tom Segura bit.
It is.
And I don't know where it's from, but all of us fucking say 7.
I can't really think of any for me, but Bethany has a billion.
Oh yeah.
Most of them are like vocal lines from like the ambient track of Baldur's Gate 3 Act 3, all just the people. She'll just say some shit.
She just hears them.
All right, dude. And then I'll play games with her on Tuesday and we'll walk past someone and I'm like, Oh, that wasn't you. That was the NPC just saying some background dialogue that you've attached yourself to.
These boots have seen everything.
Yeah.
Wee.
Yeah.
I had that one for a while. Now Marceline says wee.
Yeah. A lot of mine come from like movies and stuff, or like TV shows or games.
It's like a reward.
Yeah.
I say that one a lot.
Yeah, you do say it's like a reward. We almost every day say mountains Gandalf.
Oh, mountains Gandalf.
We can see the mountains outside. We go mountains. Or if we're playing Magic and somebody plays a mountain, it literally all of us go mountain. Mountains Gandalf. I want to see mountains Gandalf. We say a lot of Lord of the Rings. We could just think of Lord of the Rings ones all the time.
That's kind of what happened last episode. We just stemmed on Lord of the Rings for who knows how long.
We do. Oh, was that the end of last episode?
I
forgot about that.
I cut it though.
No,
I cut up a good portion of it.
Damn it.
I was like, I don't know about all this.
Yeah.
You said some really funny shit, but
I was
like, I'm gonna save you and I some heifer.
Yeah.
I was in a different place.
Yeah,
I
forgot
was
about
somewhere
that.
else.
It was really funny. Some of it's there.
Okay, that's good.
Some of it also is not there.
I barely remember.
I think we got
most of
Marceline to
last
bed, and then
bonus
you
episode.
went to sleep. You were like,
I went to bed really early that
Yeah.
night. I was so tired. That if you guys want to see some crazy shit, I guess go watch the bonus episode
Yeah.
of the last episode.
The last like 5 minutes is
insane.
it escalates so fast.
So crazy. I don't know what happened that day. I was just tired.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't know what's happening lately. I've just been really tired lately.
Yeah. There's no
reason at all.
Yeah, no external force or nothing.
That's weird. I feel great, energized. You must be like,
hello,
weak
I'm
or
gay.
something.
I say that one.
You do say that one, hon. You do.
Hello, I'm gay. I'm trying to think of other ones that I say.
I can't think of anything.
I gotta think of like the ones I'm like up, I'm like doing things.
I'm up. I'm moving around.
I'm like doing stuff. Yeah, that's like when we say most of them. I don't say it a lot, but I do really like his clothes, whack. His hair, whack. Kicking dogs in the head and body.
Oh,
we say
yeah.
that one a lot. That's a dropout one.
Yeah. Kicking dogs.
We say the President Mr. Frog one to a lot. But I'm not sorry.
But I'm not sorry.
I'm not sorry. Oh
Yeah.
God, there's so many smiling friends ones too.
Oh yeah.
Emma and I say ooh ooh ooh. We say
yeah.
that all the time. Oh, ooh, ooh, ooh.
Anytime someone gets a Mr. Boss one, it's good.
Yeah.
Especially on
Yeah.
stream.
Yeah.
I'll never not follow up someone acting crazy.
There was that one I said all the fucking time. I know these employees that I can't remember it now.
I hate when he does that thing with his fucking finger and he like breaks it. It's like, it actually really hurt. Ugh.
I just wanted my cheese.
Yeah.
Yep. Those are a lot of them. Those are many of them. A chair? We say that that one's ancient.
That one is ancient.
That one's ancient. I have to explain it. It has a lot of context. Years ago, when Attack on Titan season 2 just came out, or when we were watching, I don't know when it came out, lining up to this. It was also we were watching Critical Role Campaign 2.
Yeah.
And in Campaign 2, there was an episode. It was, I don't remember when or where it was. The critter heads out there will know. But there's an episode where they walk into a room and there's just a chair in there. A lone chair. Mm-hmm. And they spend so much time on this chair and they won't stop talking about the chair. And Matt is just like, it's literally just a chair. And that's it. I think I've explained this on the podcast multiple times before, but whatever. Then, and then they talked about it on a episode where what was it? Talks Machina. They talked about it and it was a whole funny thing. So we thought it was funny. Mm-hmm. Then we were watching Attack on Titan and in one of the episodes, it's the one where like Levi is like getting chased by Kenny and he like to fake out all the guys, he throws a chair out the window and it like appears and one of the background guys goes, huh? A chair? Yeah. And we thought that was so funny because we had just watched the fucking episode with the chair. And Levi's also Matthew Mercer. Yeah. So it was just like super funny to us. Mm-hmm. And now all the fucking time ever since then, we're like, a chair? Yeah. That's it. It's really dumb. Yeah. We should have Skylar on for this episode. Yeah. Skylar has so many. And they weirdly coincide. He also says Mountains Gandalf. Yeah. So, Skylar, we're going to have you on the podcast. We're going to talk about vocal stems.
I love that Skylar messaged you earlier and was like, hey, I'm real sad about Berserk right now. do you understand why I'm sad? And you were like,
yes. It was nice.
No.
It's great. Yeah. We were also saying some stuff about Spider-Man. It was stuff. There's a lot from Spider-Man. Sleep.
But yeah. Finish it's good.
Finish it. Oh, we say, I think every D&D episode we say, bring him down, bring him down. Yeah. And also, I think it's just that one. I think that one we say all the time is Theoden point at that big fucking Oliphant. Say, bring him down, bring him down.
That's not one that happens.
Yes, it is.
No.
It's when that guy's running at the wall with the bomb. And it's Aragorn. He's telling Legolas to bring him down.
Well.
No, that's different.
Yeah, that's when that happens, is it not?
No, so, I think he's right, but I think it's a similar stem for that one.
He still says bring him down, but Aragorn says, Legolas, bring him down! Yeah. Legolas! Like, he goes like that. No, there's a part when Theoden in the Battle of Pelennor Fields, that Oliphant is moving towards them, and they're all shooting him, and he goes, bring him down! And then they pull the Oliphant down. Then that's what I'm always referencing.
But I do think most of us are referencing the orc with the
bomb.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, but
I just like the way Theoden says that.
Oh, yeah,
he's just like, he's like pointing his sword up. He's going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think anytime I say that, I always say Legolas before that because.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I've always been. Oh, yeah, we did kind of just merge those,
and that's kind of why in Fallout we were okay with Paige doing that because we understood the crossover.
Yeah.
Because the crossover would have been the explosion happening either way.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's why when we were like, "Go ahead, do it,"
and
we all started screaming it. That's why, because we're like, "Oh, it's just full circle."
That's really funny. Oh yeah, wow, that is real. I just thought about that. That's really funny, huh?
At least 3 of us were like, "Look that."
Wow, this is a new moment for us. It's just funny. I didn't realize that's what you guys were referencing. In a way, different? I did know, but I knew that every time I was saying, I was like, I'm doing a Theoden impression.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Interesting. That's funny. What about their legs? They don't need those.
Yeah. Meat's back on the menu is what Albert said about the slush machine. About
Yeah. Looks margaritas. And we were like, looks like slushies. And then I would put like, looks like meat's back on the slushies, boys.
Yeah.
Looks like boys back on the menu. Mm-hmm. Slushies, margaritas, something. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're almost at 30 minutes. Do you want to look at questions?
Yeah.
Let's see what the fellas have for us today.
Yeah. All my fellas.
That plays in my head when you and Emma show up for work. When you guys walk in, it's all fun. My fellas.
That's fun.
During the Smiling Friends era, though, it was, I know 3 employees that I just adore. The Silver Ronin asked, if your favorite pet was a supervillain, what would their power be? Just being really annoying. Just being really stupid little guy. Just being a rat. He'd have rat powers, probably. Except for Alphonse. Alphonse would be...
You said your favorite.
Oh, my favorite pet?
Yeah, is your favorite not Alphonse?
Oh, shit. He'd be like just super based. And that would be his powers. He's really based.
Yeah.
He's just super agreeable.
Yeah, he's just really...
So he's not a villain?
No. No, he's not a villain at all.
Oh, fuck. Well, no. Being based isn't agreeable. It's like he has strong... unpopular but correct opinions. Not popular.
Okay.
Slightly controversial, but right.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's more what based means.
Okay, but
technically, who cares? But like,
is he a villain
technically,
though, or?
If a genie was going to be really technical about the wish of the villain. Okay, if Alphonse is super villain, his superpower is that he eats so much.
It's not a superpower. He's a villain.
He's the villain. He's eating everything. He's eating the homes.
He's eating the houses.
He's eating the sewers.
He's like Kirby.
He's eating the power lines. He's eating. Yeah.
Fucking.
Wow.
It can't be stopped.
He's like Ego.
Yeah, they shoot missiles. He eats it. They shoot nuke. He just swallows it. That's what he would do.
He'd swallow the nuke.
Yep, your turn.
Rather than him shoving a nuke up is.
Yeah.
Oh, suppository nuke. That's the one. That's his weakness.
Yeah. Coffee Cake as a villain. Should probably be like a It's like a little bandit. She likes to sneak into places.
She'd be like Jennifer.
That she's not supposed to be. No.
Yes, she would use the emotional aspect.
I don't think you'd even know she's there. She's very quiet. Her only downfall is that if she tries to get into the pantry to get the cat food, the door closes behind her and then she's stuck in there. And then I know she's been in there eating cat food.
Well, that's true. But there is the part of her affection, the sheer amount of affection she shows. That's true.
That's if somebody if she gets caught.
If somebody gives her a cookie, which is a scritch on the head, she will climb onto your face.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, maybe she like uses that to her advantage. She's like, she makes people like her. And then in the moment where they're like, they feel safe, she's like, die.
Well, I don't think she'd kill anyone. I think she'd just steal their money and all
she just has good friends? All right.
No, not good friend.
Oh, sorry. I was just trying to use the affection thing.
No.
That's like a power. I'm only thinking in superpowers.
Yeah, she's just a villain.
She's just a villain.
Yeah.
If it's Coffee Cake, then she's only trying to get food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm also assuming that she's actually like a human person. She's a villain. It'd be weird if she was still a cat.
So in my head, Alphonse was an enormous cat still.
Okay, he is an enormous cat. Yeah. You gotta... No?
You don't have a single pet that's your favorite?
No.
What about that cat your mom got you?
I don't know.
What about Jeff's cat?
No.
No.
No. Unfortunately, I'm just not a pet person.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense, yeah.
Unfortunately, all animals have been villains to me.
Oh.
Yeah, they make me scritch.
It's their dander
basically they'd only be heroes in this scenario.
There you go, and then they could have superpowers. But unfortunately, I did not have many pets growing up. I mean, the house did, but I did not.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. Let's see what else we got. Do y'all, Brian Wattlington 6456, who's a member, thank you, asked, do y'all ever think you would play a small series with Pathfinder 1 system? Probably not. That's just 3.5 basically. There's from my experience, because I did play Pathfinder 1, and I also started with D&D 3.5. There are very few differences from what I understand. There are a couple of major things that I'm not aware of, but like they're very, very similar. 2E is the one that really takes it and does something new with it. But you know what? Maybe I would force it. But if we did, I would make everybody play 3.5. It would be like a dungeon delve. It'd be like, all right, guys, we're playing 3.5. Get ready to learn ranks and skills.
I wonder if it's still in my brain somewhere.
It probably
has to be.
Yeah.
From like the one time you played it.
I played a few times.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I played it for about a year.
Yeah.
And then we finally played 5e, and I was like, oh, this is way better.
Yeah.
This is way more fun. And Colton really liked 3.5. Colton probably remembers a lot of 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro had that shit down. He knew it.
It smells like a trap.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I still have all the books.
I do have a lot of my books still. Yeah, my 3.5 Player's Handbook is right there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty crazy.
The monster manuals and stuff.
That's a question.
Yeah, that is a question.
Wacky Ferret asks, is there a D&D monster that you want to use in a game but haven't had a fitting opportunity to do so? That's such a good question. There's so many. I constantly am like, can I fit a Lamia into this game? No, not today. Can I fit a gelatinous cube in today's game? No. When in Icewind Dale, when they were like, there's a big area that has a bunch of gelatinous cubes, I was like, yeah, because I fucking love oozes. When there was that one little ooze fight in the Tomb of Horrors, I was like, yes, an ooze. I'm always trying to find an excuse to use a dragon.
What's a Lamia?
A Lamia? It's they're kind of like, in 2024, they're a demon now, I believe. But let me get back to that.
Okay.
They are a kind of like, you know what? I actually don't know that much about them. I just know they're just like a creature I've never really used before. That's why I said it.
Oh.
They're kind of like a sphinx almost.
Oh, I think I'm thinking about a Yith-hound.
Oh wait, what's a Yith-hound?
Not the ones like a hound with a person's face.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those are freaky.
I was thinking about that. That's what you were talking about. But that's a good answer. Is Sphinx.
Yeah, I like sphinxes. They're interesting. They're interesting. They're not my favorite, but they're
Yeah.
cool. They're cool. They're definitely cool ways to use them. I'm always trying to find an excuse to use a dragon because I don't know why. Just it's because it's so default and it's like so like whatever. Just like a red or a black dragon. I'm just like I just want to use you. You're just so cool. Just alone. Just it's just cool to be like there's a dragon now.
Yeah,
it's awesome. That's how Evenfall was. Evenfall was like, nah, you know what, teammates here? There's dragons. There's dragons in the game now.
Yeah.
I've found a way to weave one into Descent.
A dragon?
Little hell dragon kind of situation.
That's kinda cool.
Very excited about it. That is yes. So yes,
Kitty?
Yes.
Kitty is up there.
Tiamat is up there, and who we call Kitty because Marcy called it Kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's waiting in the rafters.
Is she not in hell?
She's the storm that is approaching.
That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
Is she on that
Yeah,
launcher?
it's on that launcher.
Yeah, and she's gonna be on top of a tower. She's gonna see Cadman in the distance. She's gonna sheath her katana and walk away.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's quite based.
Yeah. No, not Cadman. Who's she after? None of you really.
Put your hear and ear on.
Yeah.
She is gonna full
crow.
disclosure.
On that big
Tiamat is
crow.
fully in Descent. She's not only fully in Descent, she's in Descent into Avernus as well. So I'm. What are you doing? What?
We're thinking about
The
that crow.
big
still.
crow.
We're thinking about that crow.
That
and
fucking crow with the big
Netherrealm.
ass ear.
Yeah. We're thinking about him. Still.
Tiamat in the distance.
Ew.
I remember you being so disgusted by the crow with a big ear.
In our Icewind Dale game, there is a moment when you guys are in Ethrin when I described that like you guys wondering if a familiar in the distance can hear you, and you're like, what if it can hear us? And I'm like, yeah, the crow turns has a giant ear. Or did you say it? Yeah, you said it. Yeah, and you were like, ugh! We were all laughed at it. It was so funny.
Something about a bird having like flesh organs.
A human ear?
Yeah.
I think that was the other
This
funny
huge
part.
ear.
We all imagined the exact same thing.
Gross. It's funny though. Icewind Dale good or whatever.
Yeah, that's great.
The thing I want to come back to, they changed some of the creature types of some monsters. I noticed because I was going through the monster manual and I was looking at like demons and shit.
Yeah.
Gnolls are demons now, which is cool. They're fiends.
Not humanoids
They're
anymore?
fiends. They're not humanoids, and so are Sahuagin. Sahuagin are fiends.
Oh. That
Yeah,
makes
they're not
sense.
humanoids anymore,
That
which
makes
is kind of cool. Anyways, that was it. I learned that.
Can you still play them?
You've never been able to. Well,
I'm thinking
actually,
of Triton.
Yeah.
both.
And you're thinking of like what the hell's the like
Merfolk,
no the evil Triton.
Kuatoa.
No, they're less ugly but still kind of nice. Starts with an M.
Merilith?
I don't know.
No, I don't know.
No, Merilith is the.
But but there's like Tritons
genie.
and then there's still like a mer people
More people that
like
are...
monster type.
There's Merfolk.
I don't know what they're called. Maybe they're just called that.
Merilith is the genie. Merilith is the. There's Dao, Jin,
Oh, they're the ones that have 4
Ifrit.
arms.
Oh, maybe that is
and Merilith.
They have 4 arms.
That's not like. Is that what it's called?
What?
Merilith?
I think.
It's not like a myriad or. Man, I don't know anymore. Amaro is what I was thinking about. Amaro.
I was like, Amara? What?
Yeah.
Nope, Merilith is fully a demon. Merilith is the multi-armed demon. I'm just wrong.
I don't know what the. I feel like it's.
These guys?
Yeah, Amaro.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking about.
Marrow!
Yeah.
Which is what you just said.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking about that.
You said Amaro, and I heard Amara, and then I ignored you, and then found something else, and went, "Hey!"
As long
you
as
had
the
already
points,
said it.
As long as the points across, that's all I really care about.
God damn!
It's there. It's there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you have to deal with this.
Oh.
What's a monster
it.
you want to use, though? We got to actually answer the question.
Oh. I always want to use a rock.
Oh,
Big
a
bird.
rock or a purple worm, like right. I just never have a chance. Where
purple
it's like,
worm is such a good.
Check out this big ass bird.
Yeah. You should use a purple worm.
Purple
Grace
worms.
is terrified of them.
Oh,
Her characters
purple
always
worms.
get swallowed.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's the best answer is purple worm. There is
Yeah.
never a good time
I
to
want
use
more
one.
bug things like Remorazes and shit like that
Oh,
too. I
yeah.
just don't ever have a really good.
Burrowing guys.
It's unfortunate that I like introduced a concept of like bug people. In Spelljammer too late, or that would have been a whole arc. It's just too late.
The
Yeah,
bug
'cause, like
people?
Thrycreans and
Yeah, the Thrycreen. I was
the
gonna
other
say that.
fucking like monster race that's all like war mongering bugs. I can't remember what they're called either. They
that
have like
the-
2 A's or something. I can't remember.
the A lot of the Yugoloths have like bug features. No, I'm thinking of like one Yugoloth. One Yugoloth looks like a bug.
Honestly, the ones I'm thinking about aren't even really buggish. They're more like that 5 Modron guy with like the weird like starfish shape. Can't remember what they're called. It's a Spelljammer thing.
Yeah, weird.
But a giant bird's always good.
What's a monster you wish you would use more?
Use more?
Or I don't know, maybe see in games more.
Zugget Moy.
Yo.
That's awesome, dude.
No, she's super cool.
Yeah.
Landon's like, yeah.
I gotta hang out with Landon.
He loves her.
Yeah.
Landon, who's our tattoo artist, loves Zugget Moy.
I need to talk to him.
Xavier Walker 4148, who is a member, asked, "What celebrity would be your dream to either DM or be DM for you?" Wow.
Mine's dead, unfortunately.
That's fine.
Oh.
It would have been David Lynch.
Oh.
David Lynch would have been a fucking ride. You're like, I don't really know what's happening, but that's rad.
God, that would have been so crazy.
Cool. He probably had really terrible DM now that I think about it. Because he's not one to explain anything. So you'd be like, what is that? He's like, I don't know. You're like, oh, you coy son of a bitch.
But then you would leave the game.
Yeah. Like,
and you'd feel a little weird. But then you'd think about it and you'd be like, holy fuck. Oh. You would like put it all together. Yeah.
I have to think about it.
Yeah. This is a really tough question. I don't know if I yearn in the same way. I don't have like I really want to like have this person in my game. That would be so cool. Because there are a lot of people, I think.
I don't know if it's a celebrity, but I have a lot of friends that would like to have my games.
I was about to say.
Like Dieter.
Yeah.
I would like to have Dieter in my game.
You know what? My answer is Albert. I really want to start a campaign and have Albert in it from the beginning to the end. For real. It sucks we're kind of in the middle and he's sort of like kind of a pseudo guest and I'm like, you're gonna be in a game, Albert.
Soon.
He's gonna play in Fallout for a couple of episodes, but he won't be permanent. And then if at some point we're gonna start a game.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be in it.
Man, it's so good for Call of Cthulhu.
Yeah. Same with Dieter. I feel the same way about Dieter. Yeah. I'm like, fuck.
He just lives so far.
He does.
That's cool that he played Call of Cthulhu. It's awesome.
Move in, Dieter.
Yeah.
Come on, Dieter. There's places to live. I don't know. I was trying to go with that.
It's okay.
I guess I'll be extremely generic. I'll say I would love to. I think if I played in a game that Brandon Lee Mulligan DM'd, I would feel so intimidated. I think I have to be honest with myself. I guess a dream of mine would be to play in a game that Matthew Mercer DMs.
Yeah.
Very boring. Very vanilla. But on that little kid who's like fucking 19 in my heart who watched Critical Role for the first time was like, this is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Still yearns for that. Yeah. So that's my answer.
Ari Aster. He's a director. Yeah. He directed Hereditary and Midsummer.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, just like a horror game.
Yeah.
That'd be so sick. That'd be so awesome. You guys are very based choices.
Oh, thank you.
Very cool.
It would also be crazy to do like a Wes Anderson thing. It'd be so pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just to think about that.
All right. I'm going to refresh really quick just in case we got some more in here. There's only a few because I did these a little last minute. Sorry, guys. Okay. That guy, Brant 9487 asked, have you ever considered going back and talking about some of your older live plays and talking about what you're proud of still and in what ways you think you've grown beyond where you were when you did them? Something in the style of Critical Role Demystified. I know what that is. There's a YouTuber who watches I should just find the name of this person because I watched a bunch of their videos. They go back and they watch old episodes of Super Geek Mike. It's a YouTuber and watches old episodes of Critical Role and kind of breaks them down. Talks about them like compared to now, which is kind of cool. But it is he is somebody who's not in it, but then is sort of looking at it from a different lens. That would be interesting to do that, to go back and like look at like stuff that I've done and be like, what was I thinking, or like what was I doing, or I was like, oh, I actually still really love that I did that.
Yeah,
you did something similar to that on XP Level 3 where you read like old DM notes.
That's weird that I did that a while ago, and I was looking at very old notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like Ember Warriors stuff.
That was like stuff that wasn't streamed.
Yeah.
So it'd be like interesting to look at like now look at old stream, like watch like bits of Sunder.
Yeah.
Be like, whoa, what was I doing?
Yeah.
I could probably not even tell you what I was even thinking. Sorry, that didn't make any sense. If I watched that, I don't even know if I could tell you what I was thinking in the moment. Like sometimes I look at that, I'm like, what was I doing? And then there's like fractions. I can be like, oh, I do remember this, and now it's gone.
I think about Sunder a lot when we play Descend. Not that it's similar. It's just like we fight similar monsters and stuff.
Yeah, but I know how to do it differently now.
Yes,
it's part of the reason why I'm like wanted to do Descend in the first place. It's like this is kind of the game I've always wanted to run, and I like pseudo attempted to try to do it with Sunder, but it was so different.
Yeah,
and now it's like now I know what I want, which is why I'm able to kind of focus and be like, this is what I want to do. A big flaw of that game was that like you guys didn't fight anything but like devils for like 20 games, and it was like it got really boring. So anyways, I took a lot away from that campaign. Yeah, that'd be interesting to do. Go back and look at stuff.
I forgot the prompt. I was just listening.
Just going back and like looking back at old stuff that we've done like on stream, or like old stuff that you've just done as like a DM, and like being like, I liked this and I didn't like that I did this. Yeah,
honestly, it'd be an experience. Because I think what I was thinking about while you were talking, as I was like absorbing it, is that you said that it'd be hard to, as a DM, because I remember a lot more about games when I'm the player, but as the DM, it's hard to be in the moment.
Yeah.
Because I feel like as a DM, I'm so connected to what I'm trying to do that I'm never really present. I'm always somewhere in the past trying to remember what was done before, and trying to live up to that standard. And then I'm also a foot in the future trying to set up for things that are coming up, or more importantly, what's 15 minutes from now.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be interesting to be able to just be like, it'd be almost like a way to see myself act in time and be like, oh, I didn't know I did that thing, or that's interesting that I made that choice. When now that I have like zero pressure on me right now, I would have made a different choice.
Isn't that so weird though? Because I agree with you that like when I'm a player though, I can almost remember everything. Yeah.
I think it's because I don't have to worry about what I'm going to do next or what is going to happen next. As a DM, you're just literally everything. Yeah, you're the stars in the sky.
So
and also sometimes as like a DM, you change things on the fly. You're like,
yes,
I think I want to do this now, and you don't even know what causes you to think that.
I can't tell you how many times Spencer said something and that I'm sitting in silence. I'm like, thank God they're role playing, because Spencer just trimmed an entire half of this campaign off, and I have to figure out how to put it all back together now, because it's just like such a cool concept.
That's awesome.
That's so much of like, I don't know if that's ever really said, and I don't think the DMG talks about it ever, but like the co-creation of when it's not just a player giving you prompts about like, hey, I want to do this arc with my character, or these are the backstory pieces I would like to see used. So much of it is just the DM going, wow, that is such a crazy idea, and that's way better than whatever I could fucking imagine. Yeah. So I'm going to co-opt that with aspects that I still have, and we're just going to run as if that's always been the truth. I don't think I could. I just can't focus on what's happening right now. So that's whenever I get tripped up, it's always like something like show me, where you've ripped me from like from like the mind palace of being in the past and future. Now I'm in the present with you, and I'm like, oh, I'm really vulnerable now. Yeah, I have no more DM
and
safeguards. We'll just
end it there.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Crazy. That'd be cool to do.
Yeah,
it'd be fun, cool to do, especially with the wealth of catalog you have.
I know. Maybe we could do that as a podcast episode.
That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find a way
to
could like do that. Find some bits. We won't even find bits. We just won't curate it. We'll just go find a random episode, go into the middle of it, and be like, "What's going on here?" And I'm like, "God, I don't fucking know."
I was going through old episodes of Fallout because I was trying to find a specific part, and it's.
I have the opposite experience with Fallout, where in my head I'm like, I was winging this. Yeah. It probably wasn't fun to play, not fun to watch, and like every time we were about to play, I was like, I don't know what we're gonna do today, guys. I'm just gonna throw this together, and then when I watch it now and I go back, I'm like, the fuck, did I just come up with that? What the fuck?
Yeah,
that's cool, I guess. Like, and it's so annoying because I'm like, I don't know what I did. At least with Icewind Dale, I'm like, yeah, that's mostly the module being fun, and also the group is just a good group. Like, I know how that happened. You know, I know how it created that. But with Fallout, the first game, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck I did.
We have to have.
I was like, I don't know. Today we're gonna do this. And everybody was like, that was the greatest thing ever. And I was like, I don't know about that. Yeah. All right.
We need to have Marshall in Fallout Sub-Zero.
Oh, he will.
Yeah, because
no, he will.
I was watching bits and I was like, oh, Marshall is so fucking funny.
He is funny.
There's a bit where Alabaster was asleep in the same room as Sarabella and Huck, and then when he woke up, realized that we didn't sleep and that we were watching him sleep the entire night.
I will never forget him just in the middle, right after combat, diving into that synth and taking organs, just being like, and then convincing like, no, it's okay, I can do this. I'm allowed to do this. And then later on, like, we're like, that was crazy. Some other stuff happened. All right, it's time to rest. And Marshall's like, so I'm doing surgery on myself and I'm giving myself these organs. And we're like, what the fuck, dude? That's so crazy.
It'd be really cool to do that. I don't even know where we were. I can't remember where we were. It was towards the end of the game. We were in some kind of large city. To do like this concept we were talking about, well, you get to like look at the campaign as it happens. There's an episode, and I can't remember what we do, but I remember the beginning so vividly. It's you sit us down out of game and go, hey, I really want this. I want to try this thing.
Oh,
I really need all of you to play ball with me here.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be different than what our other Fall games, but I really want it to like mean something, and I'm a little worried you guys are going to like goof it up, right? Not necessarily like we're gonna like fail at it. It's more like we were just kind of laughing and goofy all the time, and we're like, no, I want to take this seriously, and like I have a really like emotional, like impactful moment. And you start with Marshall, and Marshall just sends it to the goddamn roof, and then it tone sets the whole entire like episode. It's really cool to see that, and I think that'd be a cool like conversation to talk about.
Marshall,
that's the kind of shit
Marshall
that
took
like,
it went so far because I really just wanted to have a moment that was just more serious. And then Marshall like kind of implied that like Alabaster felt love for like Sarabella, and I was like, whoa, I didn't expect this. This is crazy.
Never expect it from Marshall.
No, never do. So funny. Well, that was a good question. It's very good. We should do that though. Do you want to do that next episode?
If I remember.
Okay. Yeah. We're also supposed to do that episode where Jack and I basically play that dropout game. What is it? Fucking
Make Some Noise?
Make Some Noise. I have been watching all of the episodes of season 3 while I've been gluing together laser cut terrain for Fallout, and I finished one, and I'm really happy with it. I finished a bunch actually, and Spencer's been helping me. But I've just when the kids are asleep, I'm like, I got headphones. I've got my Raycons on. It's not sponsored. And I'm just watching that on the iPad, and I'm just fucking gluing. It's so funny. It's so good. I love it. The most recent episode. Shut up, dude. It's awesome.
I get secondhand embarrassment from it.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They're
all very funny, and it's never actually embarrassing. It just something
I just
about
want to
it
say
is
that the first 2 seasons are a little rough because they're still trying to figure out what the show is. I think season 3 is way more solid.
That's nice.
Season 3, I have a lot less moments where I'm like, ooh.
Angela was on it.
Yeah, she was, and that episode was pretty good.
Pretty good.
It was pretty. It weirdly not my favorite episode out of that season. That season just has so many good episodes.
Was that when she yells game?
No,
is that entirely?
That's another focal stim.
That's the only thing I understand.
That's a Smosh episode where they were trying to recreate. It was a live stream, I think, where they were trying to recreate sounds, and she's going game, game, game.
She's so funny.
I say that all the time. If we're about to play a game, I go game.
Yeah.
She's probably my favorite.
She's so
very
funny.
Her and
She's
Amanda
really funny.
are so fucking like fit for each other. It's so funny.
They're great.
There's one poker game, like Smosh Games episodes they do, where she's dressed as Tinky Winky, and she's like, she's like, Detective, where's my coffee? That I could care less who's there. Fucking Shane and Trevor are dressed as Thing 1 and 2, and I don't give a shit.
I know
that's so impressive. How so funny those two are. So fucking funny.
Yes. Oh my god, they're so good. It's also the immediate regret she has sometimes, where she says to him, she's like, and she like immediately is aware.
Yeah.
Oh my god. There was a Reddit stories recently where she went like, where Shane was like, some dudes hate women, and she goes, wow, really? Thanks, Shane. And it's so funny. Oh god. Yeah. Anyways, let me see if I can find a final question here. Pure Cyrus asked, would you guys ever do a let's play on a Pokemon game?
I'd like to at some point.
That'd be so cool.
There's just a lot of things.
You and Dieter.
Oh yeah, you know, nuts that'd be if me and Dieter played a let's play.
That was fun to see that in the general channel, the Discord. You and Dieter being like, oh.
It's weird because Dieter taught me something.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Which is not, it's not something that happens with Pokemon very rarely. I have only like 2 people in my life that like are at equal levels.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, he said he talked about, for context, he talked about how we were talking about Pawmi and Pawmot. And he's like, yeah, that's the only like Pikachu clone that has evolutions. And I was like, I've never thought about that. They all don't. And it was just a new information I've never gotten to process before.
That's
awesome. I was
awesome.
like, you know some shit because just that small statement tells me you also know every the fact that you know what a Pikachu clone is, the fact that they're in every generation, the fact that you then know all of them to know that there's not a revolution line, and that you then discounted Pichu, who's just a Pikachu. I was like, the fact that you did all this work already and then said it as if it was just baseline information was really cool.
So the information that I know, what Dieter has told me when I've ever, because he's never seen Star Wars, he's never seen Lord of the Rings. Well, he has now because of me, but he was like, I had Pokemon, and I was like, cool. So that's a crazy thing to swap out. That's awesome.
That's how I also was Pokemon when. So I watched Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
I was obsessed with it, but instead of Star Wars, I didn't connect with it. I had Pokemon too.
Yeah. And then I was like a social experiment for my parents. They wanted me to watch the prequels as they came out without watching the original trilogy, so that Anakin being Darth Vader wasn't known to me. Yeah, which was interesting. And now I'm like, I don't think that. I'm not like, oh, it was a surprise. Like now I know, but like when I was a kid, I didn't. Anyways, that was strange.
Yeah.
That would be cool if we did Pokemon, because
I would love that.
I would learn so much.
I would be like, so much.
That would be so cool. I'd ask so many questions.
Yeah.
And then you would get free reign to info dump.
Do you know what Jacob's favorite Pokemon is?
I feel like we've talked about it before, but I don't.
What is my favorite Pokemon?
You've told me multiple times that your favorite Pokemon is Bidoof.
That's funny. Bidoof's good.
Is that true?
I think my 3 favorite Pokemon, it changes.
Yeah, it changes?
Yeah, it's Bidoof because he's funny.
Yeah, he's very cute.
Funny, and he's like the first one I ever caught.
Yeah.
Besides the starter.
Yeah.
Gardevoir.
Yeah.
And Incineroar, because he's in Smash.
That's valid. That's a valid reason to like him.
Yeah, that's it. Those are 3. I like those ones. Oh, and I guess my favorite, I played Emerald. That was the one I like actually played in math class. In high school, and I do love my Mudkip starter. Yep. Yeah. Mudkip was pretty cool. That's it. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's very silly, but I had a very 90s, even though I grew up in the early 2000s, I had a very 90s childhood where my mom got me like a Game Boy Color, and I'd play it on the bus and I'd switch out the batteries. I was playing Pokemon Crystal the whole way, and then at night I'd have to use my Game Boy Advance and look at I have to hold it up so the car behind me could light my thing up, or I'd hold it and then the lamps,
You're playing it in 1 FPS.
Yeah. Bad.
Not even 1 frame every 3 seconds.
I have me and Beth were just talking about this actually, but I still have my Game Boy, and we were just seeing if it booted and everything the other day.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Mewtwo.
Mewtwo's good.
Mewtwo's cool. Also in Melee. So.
Yeah.
I like.
But I know he's in the cartoon, and he's like, he's a bastard.
A bastard. You love a little bastard.
He's a bastard, and he can speak.
Yeah.
And he's like, I know he has that really cool quote where he says like something about being born evil or something. I don't know. He talks about being born.
I don't know if he says exactly.
Does
that.
he say? He says like. Does he say what Parthenax says in Skyrim? He's like, what is better
like
to be?
Uchthuldara, whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah, is it better to be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? That's Parthenax, not Mewtwo. But does he kind of say that? Parthenax says
that's
that.
Parthenax.
That's Parthenax. Not Mewtwo. But same shit. Same shit.
Daytona 500. Watch Parthenax. I've never heard someone put the emphasis on the third part before.
Parthenax.
What do you say? Parthenax?
Parthenax.
Parthenax.
Why do I put that much
wait.
Third?
How are we saying it differently?
Parther.
Parthenax. Like Arthur.
Yeah,
Arthurnax.
I just skip over.
Wait, you say Parthenax?
Parthenax.
Oh, Parthenax. But I'm saying Parthenax.
Which is fine. It's just
Parther. Man, it's better to be born good.
Yeah. I don't know the exact quote, but I think Mewtwo says the circumstances of your birth do not determine your the outcome of your life.
It's the same thing, kind of.
Whoa! It is kind of sort of Parthenax.
That's cool.
Goddamn Parthenax.
And our last question here is from Blaster Pastor. No question, but just a music suggestion for Pep.
Oh.
Check out the artist Aesop Rock.
Oh, dude. Mm-hmm. Go check out fucking Mindful Solutionism, one of the Spelljammer songs.
That's cool.
They also said that's by A$AP Rock.
Yeah, hell yeah. They also said not A$AP Rocky. That's a different person.
That also is what thank God. Yeah. This person's based. Because I also was like, is A$AP Rocky? Are they the same person? They're not.
No.
But that is a great suggestion, and I'm gonna double down and be like, I love that fucking
hell yeah
group, and everyone should listen to it.
Oh, there's a lot. Or the group Hail Mary Mallon. Only 2 albums. They make really dense, poetic, sort of depressing, sort of funny hip-hop rap.
What's called? Hail Mary?
Hail Mary Mallon. Only 2 albums. And then I suggest listening to 4 a.m. by Hail Mary Mallon or The 4 Winds by A$AP Rock. I get a sense of their work.
If you haven't had a chance, you should watch it. Really listen to Mindful Solutionism. It's honestly one of the best things I really like.
Hell yeah.
From them. And if you try with that's pretty good. I'm sorry, what is it called again? Something.
The Hail Mary 4 a.m. or 4 a.m. The 4 Winds. The 4 Winds is A$AP Rock.
I'm sorry, what the fuck's the band called again?
Hail Mary Mallon.
Hail Mary Mallon.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh shit. Sorry. Oh my god, that album cover is fucking insane.
That's cool.
Okay. No, thank you so much for all the recs.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and you can keep watching. We're going to do a whole another hour in the bonus episode, so you better come be there. Come be a member. We'll see you guys there.